Good morning from Top Gun, Tucson. If you don't know me, this is my Airbnb that's got a aviation theme. I kind of show you here. The hot tub has antique runway markers, and we're doing really well. We're doing really well with this, and the summertime it slows down, so I'm actually looking at switching from a short-term Airbnb to a mid-term rental. Something new to me, actually, so there's a bit of faith. Anybody out there that knows about mid-term rentals, I've been reaching out to some people. Any tips and tricks I'll take. I got a new service called Furnished Finders, but kind of just switched all over the settings and made it so that in June, it has to be rented 28 days or more, and stepping out on faith that's more of what I'd like to do. I'm hearing a lot of folks are switching to that and having success. But the way it works here is the flip happens a lot. I could have 2 flips in a week. I could have a same day flip. Works out great if I'm here and I'm able to manage everything, but that's what this video is about, is the next chapter. And I'd really like to try and grow my channel more, but in a way that inspires and helps people. I'd like to, the dream is to actually get on the road with my dog Luca. And he's not getting any younger. We've done a lot of adventures. He's got a lot of miles, and he's getting a little slow. I'll show you him here. There's Luca. Hey, buddy. Yeah, he likes to sit in the sun now. And you can see he's just he's chilled out a bit, but he still likes to get out and do things, explore. So while it's just him and I envision, this is my idea. Portland to Portland. Portland, Oregon to Portland, Maine. And stopping along the way to show off our national parks, our Forest Service, BLM lands, maybe some things that most folks don't look into. And, also a check-in on the system and how it's going. I'm having a hard time ascertaining what's good, what's bad, with the news. And I have a natural resource, recreation, and tourism business degree. So I might be able to get in and interview some folks along the way. And I believe, guys, is the best data is listening to people, listening to how they, interviewing them and listening to what their ideas, thoughts, expertise, what the boots on the ground is seeing, and asking folks, how are we reading the tea leaves in this world we live in now? How are we looking through all the data and all the media and all the stuff coming at us all the time? I feel it does seem like watching less news and it gives me more joy, regardless of where it's coming from. I'm not trying to pick a side here or say that we're doing one thing right or wrong anymore. I have a way I feel when I watch and react to something, and I've got great friends out here that listen to these videos, and they set me straight oftentimes. They say, hey, this isn't as bad as you think it is, or this could actually be good. How do we gauge what is actually going on in the world right now? How do we gauge what's more importantly for me? I've got Luca and it's just me, so I need to kind of stay in America, leave my boots on the ground here, and I also want to show off what we do have. Uplift, this is a great country. Period. End stop. There is a lot of good folks here that are just good folks. We may or may not agree on things. I heard some wisdom, and it was like this. It was an older politician, and he said, take 10 things. If you agree on me with less than 5 of them, maybe you don't need to want to vote for me. If you agree on me with 5 to 7, I would think about maybe voting for me. If you agree on me on all 10, get your head checked, right? So that's how I feel. In a lot of ways, maybe we're looking at the world right now, is we all got to agree. We all necessarily don't need to agree. But what I think all need to do is to try to get to a positive outlook, to get to a we can do this kind of outlook. And I will tell you, a lot of things affect this ability. For me, I lost my mom in August, and I'm recording this in April. And I am still coming out of the ripples of all of that. I think that's been one of the bigger challenges mentally for me, because it knocked me off my positive outlook so much, and in a up and down, in a almost daily, I would say weekly now, kind of way, that I just wanted to go sit in a corner. And that is not me. That is not my soul. My soul is out there talking to people. My soul is outside. My soul is, I really enjoy doing these videos. I really want to talk to folks and see how you guys are doing. I want to hear your story, suggestions. Haven't been getting a huge amount of suggestions on my channel here, and that's what this one's about. So send me your suggestions on national parks, Forest Service areas, coast to coast. I don't care where you're at. I need to start mapping out this dream. I need to start figuring out logistics, and also maybe some sponsorship, how I'm going to pay for this. If it's just going to come out of my pocket, I need to figure out a budget. But I'm here in Tucson, and my thought is to head west, head up the coast to Portland, and then come back across the country and visit all my friends, my family. I've got some people that are having kids. I've got a lot of good friends spread throughout the whole country. And I would love to, stop at Joshua Tree. I would love to stop at Yosemite. I would love to stop at a lot of these places. And now I know having Luca, I'm going to be limited. But I think the point of this is to kind of get the actual what's going on as well for us all. Stop and talk to some folks that work in the area. Talk to folks that have been there for a while, and and see how see what they suggest. Is everything okay? Can we do things better? What do we got to think about for the future? I have a lot of nieces and nephews now, and I want this America, this United States, and the national parks in the land to be just as great for them as it was for me in my generation. That's very important to me. That's my, how I want to leave this world a better place. And I'm only one man and a dog, and I will admit I'm having a hard time stepping out on faith to become a journalist / content creator, or labeling whatever this is I want to do. But you know what? I've done whatever I put my mind to, and that seed was planted in me by my mom, who said, you can do whatever you put your mind to. So I want to encourage you all to remember those words from my mom too. You can do whatever you put your mind to, no matter how large and how crazy. So what do you think of the Portland to Portland trip? any suggestions? We've got all the national parks, but I'm also looking for Forest Service, BLM, places, frankly, I can take my dog a little bit easier than the national parks. But there's a lot of national parks I've never been to. And there's a lot of national parks where I can bring my dog in. We can do a day hike and maybe head out. And I would love if any of you work at these parks, any of you know people that work at the parks, respond. Send me your email or contact information so I can start lining up people to talk to. Maybe I start talking to them before I even head there. Maybe that's really what I can be doing in the next couple months as well, is start reading the tea leaves for folks and getting that content and data out there for folks. As far as, I hope it's not as like it seems that we want to shut these things down as government, and we want to limit our resources there in the natural resource field. And they're already, I can tell you, they're already spread thin. But the parks actually financially make money. So there's some through lines here that I don't mean to pick sides. I just really mean to say I don't understand what's going on with that particular part of the world. And so a trip with my dog and interviewing folks and showing people, what I feel about the area. I've got a car that should, be great for wherever I need to go. It's a great on the road, great off the road. I'll share more about that later. But what are we thinking about a Portland to Portland trip? What am I not thinking of? Any suggestions, tips, people to talk to? I'm in Tucson, so I'm probably going to head west and go towards Joshua Tree, towards California, go up the coast, maybe even go past Portland, or go head up to Seattle as well. Definitely thinking of just staying in the United States and taking my time. I am not in a huge hurry. I got to make sure that my property is managed in Tucson, but that's what I'm doing in the next couple months. And I'm also trying to just have a little faith, and this is the right thing to do, like my purpose. I think I've been wishy-washy. I've been a raft guide and a dog sledding guide and all these things in the past, and I never worried about whether it was the right thing to do, or I've never been so indecisive about setting up a goal. And even this house in Tucson, I got a house in Colorado. Where's my next one going to be? Bought this one, just go. And so there's a little bit of, I've got to get my paperwork sorted. I've got to get a little bit of a game plan for this. But aside from gas money and maybe a few things, I think I have all the resources I need. I think I would need to figure out the sponsorship or the, how the budget, quite literally. So anybody knows a good sponsor for an idea like this, let me know. But, I've lived out underneath the stars. I've lived on a glacier in Alaska. I've got gear. Me and Luca know how to operate. We're going to camp out right out of my car. I've got probably everything I need there. But feeling like it's time to tell everybody what my goals and plan is. And now I need your accountability, and I need your help. So Portland to Portland, showing off our forests, national parks, getting to know what we have here in America, and reading the tea leaves as well to see, there's just, how do I add authenticity, honesty, integrity, build a community, of course. My core values are honesty, integrity, and community. That's common unity. And that's what I feel I want to bring to the world and create and be and help and do. So, like everybody says, if you can like and subscribe to my channel, that'd be great. I'm also looking for mentorship, ideas, and to build a community here of folks that want to see what's going on. Maybe you can't go coast to coast with your dog. You got responsibilities. Maybe you want to meet up with me along the way. I would love that. I would love to just start to build the Portland to Portland community here on the Shade Tree Economist channel, and more to come. But I just felt inspired by sitting in the hot tub in my little Airbnb by the pool and sharing this with all of you. So send me your feedback, please. Tune into the channel. There'll be a lot better editing. I have some editing software. I'll get, I just feel like talking to the camera a lot. It's just getting my ideas to you guys the quickest way. Love you all, and be in touch soon.